Alrighty, welcome. My name is Micro from Falcon Events, and I want to show you today how to install Falcon BMS. So I have read a lot of comments in the past, so this is complicated. Wow, BMS is so complicated, but it's not. It's quite easy to install and it's quite easy to set up. So in my case, we wanted today do a complete fresh install. Short sentence about my setup. You see here my current setup. It's Warthog HOTAS with Thrustmaster rudders and pretty easy stuff. I also have a second screen with Helios on it, but it's you don't have to care about that. So I have a pretty easy standard setup. And now I want to show you as quick as possible. I think this can be done in 10-15 minutes, I think, how to install BMS from scratch. But first things first, we will, of course, when you have to install BMS, you have to first buy Falcon 4.0 from 20 years ago. That's the basic installation you need to make BMS running. So the easiest way to do that is you go to Steam. So you create a Steam account, which I already did, but I just show you how it's done. So you create an account, register your mail address, blah blah blah. I don't do it right now, and then you download the Steam, the application for your PC. If you have installed it and you have logged in yourself, you go to shop. So you just log in. So you see, okay, I'm logged in here. And I'm in the shop. I search for Falcon 4.0. So there I have it. Obviously, I already have bought it, so there should be somewhere a button to buy it. So it's about €7 right now on Steam. So it's very cheap, so to say. And after download, you install it. Normally, this is done in the in this section here. So. I have installed it already, so that's it for Steam. Very easy. Then the next step is you have to go to your browser and then type in benchmarksims.org. So that's the address, benchmarksims.org. So this is the forum or main page for all benchmark sims applications, so to say. Same procedure as Steam. You create an account, click on register, blah blah blah, make all the steps, and then when you are registered, you log in. So we do that right now. Would helpful to write down the right data. So then I'm logged in. So on this page you have various pages, options, and whatnot. The main page, the most important page for now, is the forum. So in the forum you find all theaters as well as the main installation, what we need. So the main installation is normally found under releases and updates. And it's mostly sticky to the first post in this section. So in this case, today is end of January 2021, so current state is BMS 4.35 U1 or original installer, and we click on that. So here you see some notes from the dev team, some change logs and current information about the release, so that's nice to know, but this is just not so important for this video right now. Somewhere in this text you find several download links. So first option is Mediafire. I personally prefer download the second link from the weapon delivery planner page from Falcas. So you click on that and then you download this file. So it's a zip file, 2.3 gig. I already have downloaded it because it doesn't make sense to do it during your watch. So I downloaded the zip file. I click on it, And the first step is now to extract this folder. So you don't click on setup or something. You extract that folder to your hard drive. So in my case, it's my Z drive. So I copy the whole thing. I go to Z drive and paste it. So that takes, I don't know, several seconds. All right, and done. So here we go. So we pasted the setup file. Now we click on the setup file and or on this setup folder and click setup exe. So Windows will ask blah blah blah. Do you want to install it? Of course we want. And we click through the steps. Quite easy. Normal installation like everything else. So make sure in my case my Z drive is the main drive which I want to install it. Normally you don't have to change it, something like you don't have to change any line. If you have a separate drive, you can select your drive that you have and yeah, install it there. It's totally fine. So then I click next. Then the system checks if I have any updates or installations. So I have nothing installed right now, and we start with the installation. So that took a couple minutes, and some extra software is needed for the current release, which is also necessary to install. But again, it's very fast and very good. Yeah, easy to do. So we see each other when this installation is done. Okay, the installation is done. That took us, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, so pretty fast. So we click here to the next step, and obviously we want to start the program, of course, because we want to go as quick as possible. So this window opens here, and first, what I recommend is just click launch and see what happens. So, of course, when you have Trick IR or some other head tracker system, it's a good idea to activate it. Also, it's a good idea to make your sound device that you want to use, for example, in my case, a headset as a main sound device. So just prepare that and then click on launch. There we go. So the simulator loads. It took some minutes or seconds in my case. First of all, I already switched off the music for you so you can hear me better during this little guide. But of course, the sound is important because the music from Paul Mock is awesome. But for now, I switch it off. What I would recommend to start with is create a new logbook entry. So in this logbook, all your data, all your hits, your misses, whatever, will record it. So I have already typed in a new call sign, which obviously is my name. And when you have done the same, click OK. That's it. So that's your profile. So now the next thing I would recommend is go to setup. In setup you have several stuff. You have sound, graphics, controllers, and simulation. So I would say, because as mentioned I have an HOTAS, Warthog HOTAS, I would start with the HOTAS stuff. Also you can start with graphics, but that's the second step. I already have built a key file, so BMS works with key files. That means that you have certain mappings for your keyboard, your HOTAS, and so on, which are saved in one file. So if you have your BMS installation, I just go quickly through it. So that's basically your installation. What you have in it, all folders and files, and you go to user, then config, and then you have several .key files in it. So these are the key files which you can select here, for example. So you can say load So BMS comes with a lot of presets. I always use the default BMS full setup and modify it to my taste. But this is more advanced. If you just want to hop in and start, that's okay for now. Leave it as it is. But I recommend also, if you want to take a quick, deeper look in how everything works, and maybe you make a unique profile for yourself. If you need any data about this, so you can go to the docs folder, and you get a lot of documentation about how to set up in the manual and the technical manual, and so on and so forth. So if you have done this on this page, I recommend to set up your HOTAS. BMS normally sees your HOTAS automatically, so you can see, okay, this is my controller. In my case, already my HOTAS works, so my stick works. You can also, so the next thing I would say is important, you set your afterburner and idle settings. So when your HOTAS have an idle or in cutoff position, so normally I would set this. So this little red thing is the position for idle. And the green one is the position for Buster, so that means Buster is before or after burner, and you can then also go after burner. You can do this with right and left click with the mouse, so you have just to fiddle around which one is which, but for now it's okay. So also my rudder pedals are found automatically. In my case, I don't know why, but BMS did it automatically. If it's not the case that it's that it responds automatically, you can go to advanced. In the advanced section you have several stuff, but the most important thing here is the flight controls. So normally you see rudder axis, so that's that's the setting for your rudder. Throttle left and right, then you have your obviously the rudder has also brakes, so in my case the Thrustmaster rudder has also brakes. You can set it there. Also I make screenshots of my all settings, so you can just copy it and download all the images. And that's basically it. So normally you are pretty much good to go, and you are ready for the next section. So always when you made any changes, click on save to save your key file, and after you saved, click apply, so the system reacts then right to your changes. The next thing we want to talk about is graphics, which is a little bit tricky right now in 4.3.5, but I'm sure in upcoming releases it's more easy. So you have to find out which, if you have multiple monitors, you have to find out which one is your main monitor, or where you want to see BMS. Also you have the option to see it with border or without, or in full screen, so you have to fiddle around a little bit how this is done, but it's not too complicated. If you have any questions about it, you can tell me in the comments, or also ask in the BMS forum, so there's always help available. In my case, these are the settings which work. Also, again, if you have made any changes, and click apply, and actually we are ready to go. So we have several sections here. For an instant action, that means you can basically start immediately something. Dogfight is basically the same. You can immediately start a dogfight. Tactical engagement are several little missions that you can fly or create yourself. Campaigns are, the famous campaign engine, but we come to that later, which are which in this menu in another video. So basically what I can do now is go in a dogfight, take my seat, and take off. Hopefully this works. And there we go. So we are in the pit. That's pretty much it. So yeah. Again, was very quick, but normally you don't need more than 15 to 20 minutes to set it up so you are able to fly. Of course, it's also it's always good for BMS to read through the documentation completely, if possible. That's a lot of stuff to work through, but it's a simulator, and also it depends what you want to do. But when you want to do it more serious, and I recommend to do it the right way and read through everything. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, yeah. Go to the comments, or again go to the Benchmark Sims forum, because there are a lot of guys who have very much who are very into it and can help you always with any problem. So yeah, that's it, and have fun with BMS. So see ya, bye bye.